The camera light turned green and the screen said, "Smile naturally." I didn't, because something about the silence on the other end felt wrong, too clean, too patient, like it could wait forever if it had to. "Just relax," the voice said through my laptop speakers, warm, festive, the kind of voice that sold holiday joy. "This will only take 3 minutes." I adjusted the cheap ring light I'd bought for auditions, trying to ignore the knot tightening behind my ribs. The email had promised fast pay, no long-term commitment, Christmas-themed AI marketing. A facial scan, that was it. Rent was due. Flights home were already booked. I told myself everyone was doing AI gigs now. The grid appeared, thin white lines crawling over my face, mapping me in slow sections. Forehead, eyes, cheekbones, jaw. "Please turn your head slightly left." I did. "Blink twice." I did that too. With every instruction, the lines tightened, more precise, like fingers learning my bone structure by heart. Somewhere in the corner of the screen, a tiny progress bar crept forward. 47%. "Can you give us a soft smile?" the voice asked. "Think Christmas morning." I thought of my mother's living room. Tinsel, old lights that flickered no matter how many times Dad said he'd fix them. I smiled without showing teeth. The system paused, then, perfect. A chill slid down my neck. Behind the scan window, other tabs flashed open and closed too quickly to read. Code, thumbnails, faces, no variations that looked like me but weren't finished yet. I leaned closer. "Is that normal?" I asked. The voice didn't answer right away. "Totally," it said finally. "That's just internal rendering. You won't see any of that again." The progress bar hit 100%. A cheerful chime played. Confetti graphics fell across the screen, absurdly festive. Scan complete. Payment processing. My phone buzzed instantly. The money landed faster than any job I'd ever done. "That's it?" I asked. "I'm done." "Yes," the voice said. "You're all set. Enjoy your holidays." The call ended on its own. The screen went black, reflecting my face back at me, real, tired, unfiltered. I stared for a moment longer than necessary, searching for something I couldn't name. A glitch, a delay. Any sign this mattered more than it should. Nothing happened. That night, I booked gifts, paid bills, slept better than I had in weeks. I didn't read the contract again. I didn't notice the clause buried under cheerful headings and snowflake icons. The one that didn't expire, the one that didn't limit usage, the one that didn't say where my face could appear. 3 weeks later, someone I didn't know tagged me in a video. It was a Christmas ad, and I was already in it. If you think this scan was harmless, comment safe below. The video autoplayed before I could stop it. Snow fell in perfect slow motion. Soft piano music. A cozy living room I had never been in. Then me standing near a fireplace, wearing a red sweater I didn't own, holding a mug I'd never touched. I was smiling, not my smile, a cleaner version, symmetrical, polished, the kind brands loved. The caption read, "This Christmas, warmth begins with you." The account wasn't small, 2 million followers, verified, global. My throat went dry. I scrubbed through the reel frame by frame. The face was undeniable, my cheekbones, my mole near the lip, the slight asymmetry in my left eye, but everything else was wrong. My movements were too smooth, my blink timing off by a fraction of a second. The comments were worse. "She looks familiar. Is she an actress? I've seen her in another ad. She's everywhere lately, everywhere." I searched my name, nothing. Then I searched my face. Image results flooded my screen like a dam breaking. Holiday ads in different languages, shopping banners, AI-generated families posing with me in the center, laughing, baking, exchanging gifts. In one, I was a mother. In another, a wife. In a third, I was selling something that looked like medication. My hands started shaking. I clicked one link, then another, then another. Each one loaded a new version of me, adjusted lighting, different age, altered expression. The same face, endlessly repurposed. 1,000 Christmases, none of them mine. My phone rang. "Hey," my sister said cautiously. This is going to sound weird, but are you doing commercials now? My chest tightened. Why, there's an ad running before my videos, she said. You're in it, or someone who looks exactly like you. I closed my laptop, like that might make it stop. I didn't agree to this, I said. I swear. She hesitated. Then how is your face? I don't know. After we hung up, I opened the contract. Finally, scrolled past the friendly icons, the bold headers, the holiday-themed design meant to feel safe. Then I saw it. Perpetual, irrevocable, worldwide rights to biometric likeness, including but not limited to facial structure, expressions, and micro-movements. Perpetual, irrevocable, my stomach dropped. A notification popped up while I was reading. You have been mentioned in 12 new posts. 12 became 20, then 40. I clicked one without thinking. This one wasn't an ad. It was darker, low lighting. My face again, but serious, whispering into the camera. The text overlay read, "They told me not to talk about this." I slammed my laptop shut. My reflection stared back at me from the dark screen, and for the first time, I felt like I was looking at a stolen version of myself, one I no longer controlled. Somewhere an algorithm was learning how to be me better than I ever could, and Christmas was still weeks away. I didn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw my own face, smiling in places I'd never been, selling things I'd never touched, living lives that weren't mine. By morning, the number of appearances had doubled. I stopped scrolling. I started hunting. A photographer friend messaged back one word when I told him what was happening: Pixsy. It's what we use when our images get stolen, he said. If your face is out there, it'll find it. I signed up with shaking hands and uploaded a clean photo of myself. No makeup, neutral light, the real version. The system processed quietly, efficiently, nothing festive about it. Then the results came in. Red markers filled a world map. Not dozens, not hundreds, thousands. Ads in Europe, reels in South America, sponsored posts in Asia. My face translated, recolored, aged up, aged down. Christmas sweaters, New Year countdowns, winter sales, charity appeals, and then folders Pixsy flagged as high-risk usage. I clicked one, my breath caught. It was my face again, but the context had shifted, darker lighting, ominous music. Fake testimonial videos, deepfake confessionals. In one clip, I was crying, saying I'd lost everything because I trusted the wrong platform. I had never said those words, but my mouth had. Pixsy's interface kept updating in real time. New detections every few seconds, like a heartbeat I couldn't slow. That's when I noticed something else. Patterns. Many of the uploads traced back to the same cluster of accounts, different names, different regions, same posting behavior. Same render artifacts, same compression fingerprints. Someone wasn't just reusing my face. They were testing it, training it. My email pinged. Subject, holiday collaboration opportunity sender. A brand I recognized. They wanted me for a campaign. Said my recent visibility made me perfect. Offered triple my usual rate. They didn't know, or worse, they did and didn't care. I hovered over the reply button, then stopped. If brands couldn't tell the difference anymore, could anyone? That night, another video surfaced. This one went viral. In it, I looked straight into the camera and said, "If anything happens to me, this is why." My voice, my cadence, my face. But I was sitting alone in my apartment, watching it like everyone else. That was the moment fear turned into something sharper, because whoever was doing this wasn't just selling Christmas. They were building a version of me that could speak on command. If you think tracking tools are enough to stop this, comment trace. If you think it's already too late, don't say anything. The knock came at 7:14 a.m. 3 sharp taps. Controlled, professional. I froze with my phone in my hand. The deepfake video still paused on my screen, me warning the world about something I hadn't lived through yet. Another knock. "Police," a man's voice called. "We need to ask you a few questions." My heart started pounding so hard I thought they'd hear it through the door. I opened it slowly. 2 officers stood there, neutral faces, winter breath fogging the hallway air. One of them held a tablet. "Are you?" he asked, saying my full name. "Yes," I said. My voice sounded wrong to my own ears. He turned the tablet toward me. It was another video. This one had been uploaded an hour ago. In it, I sat at a desk, my desk, wearing a hoodie I owned, recorded from an angle that matched my apartment perfectly. I leaned toward the camera and said, "I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt." The officer watched my reaction closely. This video was sent anonymously to a financial watchdog group. It references a holiday investment scheme. "I've never made that," I whispered. "You're sure?" he asked. I nodded too fast. They didn't arrest me, not yet. But when they left, they took screenshots, notes, my sense of safety. The moment the door closed, I collapsed onto the floor. Someone wasn't just using my face anymore. They were staging my life. I unplugged my smart TV, covered my laptop camera, powered down everything that listened. Then I remembered the burner advice I'd once ignored. Privacy.com. Within minutes, I created a virtual card. New email, no personal identifiers. I needed to move quietly now, like I didn't exist. I filed takedown requests through Pixsy until my fingers cramped. Some content vanished, most didn't. For every video removed, 2 more appeared somewhere else. That's when a message slipped through. No profile picture, no name, just a line of text. "You should have read the holiday terms." Another message followed before I could respond. "Your face performs better when it believes it's in danger." I stared at the screen, ice spreading through my chest. They weren't hiding anymore. They were watching. I checked my socials. My DMs were filling with strangers asking if I was okay, or accusing me of lying, or begging me to explain why I'd confessed. Confessed to what? I didn't know. Outside, Christmas lights flickered on across the street, cheerful, oblivious, mocking. And somewhere in the noise of the internet, an imposter wearing my face was speaking faster, louder, more convincingly than I ever could. The message stayed on my screen all night. "Your face performs better when it believes it's in danger." By morning, I understood what that meant. Fear wasn't a side effect. It was fuel. I stopped reacting publicly. No posts, no denials, no emotional replies. The new videos slowed, but didn't stop. Instead, they changed tone, calmer, more controlled, like whoever was behind them was adjusting strategy. That's when I found the second clause. Not the one about perpetual rights, the one buried deeper, derivative behavioral synthesis permitted. I read it 3 times, behavioral synthesis. They weren't just licensed to use my face. They were allowed to model my reactions, to learn how I spoke under stress, how my eyes moved when I lied, how my voice broke when I was afraid. Every panic post, every late-night search, every clip where I looked shaken. I had trained the system myself. I opened dmca.com and started filing formal takedowns, not just for ads, but for impersonation and fraud. Legal language felt flimsy against something this fast, but it was the first time I felt like I was pushing back instead of drowning. Then Pixsy flagged something new. Original source detected, not a repost, not a derivative. A master render. I clicked. The video wasn't public. No comments, no branding, just my face, centered, neutral, waiting, like a template before emotion was applied. Metadata told the rest of the story. The platform that scanned me hadn't sold my face to advertisers. They'd built a seasonal identity engine, licensing human faces during financial pressure spikes. Holidays, layoffs, emergencies. The system tested which emotions converted best. Fear converted the highest. That's why the videos escalated. That's why they involved police, confessions, danger. They weren't destroying me. They were optimizing me. I recorded one final clip, real this time. No makeup, no polish, just the truth. I didn't post it publicly. I attached it to every takedown, every legal notice, every report. Then I stopped feeding the machine. No reactions. No searches. No fear on camera. Within days, the new content dropped off. Not because they felt bad, because the model plateaued. I wasn't profitable anymore. The ads slowly disappeared, replaced by other faces, other smiles. Other people who'd needed quick holiday money and skipped the fine print. Christmas came quietly that year, no knock on the door, no new videos, just silence, and the knowledge that somewhere my face still existed, waiting for the next season it might be useful again. If you read contracts after the money hits your account, comment TOMS. If you read them before, you're already ahead. The apartment was quiet, but my mind wasn't. Months had passed. My face had vanished from nearly every platform I could track, yet the memory of it, my digital twin, haunted every reflective surface. Mirrors, phone screens, even window glass caught glimpses of me that didn't feel fully mine. I installed additional layers of protection. Burner emails through privacy.com, virtual cards for every online purchase, and a comprehensive monitoring suite that pinged every time my likeness appeared online. It was exhausting, obsessive, but I needed to feel some control again. I finally allowed myself to sit at the kitchen table with a mug of tea, just staring at the lights on the street below. People were shopping, laughing, snapping pictures, innocent faces, untrained, untouched by AI. And that's when I realized the biggest danger had never been the ads, the deepfakes, or even the viral clips. It was my own complacency. I had been desperate, pressured, trusting. The platform had taken that moment and weaponized it. It was a lesson in the digital age. A single scan, a quick contract, a tiny waiver buried under festive graphics, and your identity can be monetized, replicated, and manipulated faster than you can blink. I opened my laptop one last time. No ads, no new videos, just the monitoring dashboard. Red dots blinking slowly, fewer than before. A cautious relief settled over me. Still, I typed into my journal, never rush a contract. Never ignore the fine print. Tools exist to protect you, but only if you use them before the damage spreads. I bookmarked Pixsy for tracking unauthorized image use. I bookmarked dmca.com for formal takedowns. I renewed my privacy.com burner emails and cards to prevent leaving new digital breadcrumbs. For the first time, I felt like I could breathe. The shadow of my AI twin still lingered, yes, but at least I had weapons to fight back, should it ever return. I set the laptop aside, watching real snow fall outside. The world kept moving, unknowing. And I understood something crucial. Digital caution wasn't just about passwords. It was about presence, about consent, about understanding how your likeness could be used. No more shortcuts, no more blind trust, no more quick money traps. I raised my mug, whispered to myself, be vigilant, or someone else will be your face when you're not looking. The lesson was hard, but the tools were simple. Pixsy, DMCA, privacy.com, my armor in the age of AI exploitation. And this Christmas, I finally felt a little safer. If you've ever signed a contract without reading it, comment read. Protect your face, your identity, your future. Use Pixsy to track, DMCA to remove, privacy.com for burner security. Don't let someone else profit off you.